What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Six Figure Morning Show. We give you the best advice in business and life. Thank you guys for all the likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. You already know I really do appreciate it, and I really do. And speaking of that, when you enter this room, do something. Hit the like button, leave a comment, do them both. I don't give a shit. Thumbs up, thumbs down, do something. A lot of y'all come in here, man, and I give out actual, factual fucking information. I don't set people charge y'all for this shit. Whenever you go buy these bullshit courses online, you go buy all this fake shit from all these fake people. This is the stuff they're telling you to do. That literally what I'm giving you for free is what they charge you for. Hit the fucking like button. Let's push forward. All right. It's that simple. Kills me. How many people, like, why is it so hard for people to do that? Hitting the like button for content creators that you like, guys, does absolutely nothing for you, but it means the world to them. That's what pushes them forward. It's what drives their content forward to other people. I mean, I don't know why it's so hard. Anyways, fuck y'all. Let's do it. So I woke up this morning. That's why I got a fucking attitude. I woke up this morning, probably why I'm begging for likes. Child support has taken from both my paychecks. Work two different jobs right now just to try to get ahead and build myself back up. It's came and taken half of both. This is why I tell people child support hinders you. So look, I'm not behind, and I already made my payments for July. Right? Already made my payment in full for the month of July. They came and took half from both my paychecks. Now it's obviously going to put me ahead. For those that don't know, when you finally come off child support, they'll cut you a check, $2,000-$3,000. I've heard guys tell me they got $3,000-$4,000 checks when they finally came off child support, stuff like that. But that's what they do. They fuck up your life right now in the present, and then they say, "Oh, we'll give it back to you at the later date." But they fuck up your life in the present. So yeah, man, I woke up this morning, checked my bank account. Both checks are half. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I don't even know why they're got a wage garnishment on me. Like, it's shit like that holds men back. Good men. Men that don't deserve to go through shit like that. It is that type of stuff that holds them back from moving forward, from being successful. If I wasn't who I tell you guys I am, I'd be over here. Honestly, if I wasn't who I am, I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't be able to pay freaking rent. I wouldn't be able to pay my lights, water, gas, nothing. I mean, they literally basically left me with the bare minimum. I'd probably be able to make one payment, most likely the rent. Or I'd skip the rent and buy food. Like, it would be one thing or another. Like, they basically left me with the bare minimum. So it's just like I put in all these hours for nothing. And and for any old dumb freaking heifer that comes in the comments, I'm not behind at all. Not a dollar behind. And so that right there, there's no reason for them to do that. But it's things like this. It's mistakes in the system like this that run men's lives. This is how men end up in horrible financial situations. This is how they end up in a very negative, nasty situation. They end up homeless. They end up going out here, maybe robbing somebody. Who knows what somebody does in a time of desperation like this. And then they don't even consider the fact that I have another kid living with me. They don't even give a fuck about that. So yeah, so whenever you feel like I'm being disrespectful towards women that do this type of stuff to men, I see the red flags in you. Major red flags in women, guys. I pay attention. Pay attention to that shit. Pay attention. Please stop skipping them just because you want to stick your pecker in them. Stop fucking skipping these red flags because it'll ruin your life. The prom queen, the pretty girl. Hell, some of y'all are so desperate y'all do fucking fat bitches at the bar on a Friday night. Like, stop skipping over all these nasty red flags that these women put out there on men because it's going to ruin your fucking life. So, moving forward, the other day we talked about what I would do with $1,000, and I wasn't lying about that. I see in the comments, I do go through and skim the comments that people talk about Dave Ramsey. I'm not fucking Dave Ramsey, guys. I'll teach you how to be Dave Ramsey, but I'm not Dave Ramsey. I don't follow those methods. And you have to understand, if Dave Ramsey did what he tells you to do, he would not be Dave Ramsey. He would be a Walmart employee working 40, 50 hours a week and investing in a 401k and a Roth IRA. The only reason he has a 401k and a Roth IRA is because he tells you to do it. That's the only reason. Swear to God, that's the only reason. That way you guys probably called him out so much for not having one that he just went and got one just to shut y'all up. That's the only reason that man has that garbage. Only reason. So to follow the Dave Ramsey plan, yes, it works, but it's going to take you 30, 40 years to pull it off. He does not follow his own damn plan. Guys, I'm not teaching you to do what Dave Ramsey, guys, we got it, right? So if you follow the Dave Ramsey plan, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to wake up 40 years, in 30 years, 60 years old, you're going to wake up and be 1.2 millionaire, a 1.3 millionaire, 2.1 millionaire. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But if you follow Dave Ramsey and do what he does, you'll wake up in 30 years and be 100 million, 200 million. Makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. So in the beginning, I told you guys what I would do with $1,000, and I meant that. I would take that $1,000. For one, whatever I did to get that 1,000, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep working the job. I'm going to keep doing what I have to do. I'm going to keep moving forward in that same manner. I'm not going to stop, but I'm going to take that $1,000 because now I have income, right? So now I'm going to take that 1,000 that I got and I'm going to open up a secure credit card. And I'm going to start building my credit in a positive manner. Okay. There is that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on my credit in a positive manner. This definitely is for 18, 21, 25-year-old kids that have nothing, that haven't started yet. This is how you start to get ahead. And then you go back to work. You pay your bills on that credit card. You pay them off. You go back to work. You save up as much as you possibly can. Like this is a process, guys. This is the process. Slow and steady wins the race. All right. This is a process. See a vision, create a plan, execute. I see a vision. I'm going to fix my credit and stack some cash. I have a plan. I've laid out a budget. I'm executing. Fuck the friends. Fuck the family. No more drinking. No more bullshitting. Execute. Now, once I get to $10,000, I'm going to put that down as my emergency fund. If you're not on child support, like I am, obviously, from the beginning of this video, if you're not on child support, take that emergency fund, drop it into a CD or something like that. Do your homework. Go talk to your banker. Tell them I have $10,000. I would like to use this as an emergency fund, but I would also like to grow the account. What's my best option? Go in there and talk to your banker. Your bank is your friend, guys. Your bank is not the enemy. Instead of trying to do businesses with your homeboys or your homegirls, why don't you start trying to do business with the bank? Okay, at least you know they're not going to rob you. At least you know they're not going to steal from you. At least you know that they're not going to set you up later in life. Go do business with the bank. I mean, it is what it is. You know, I realize everybody's skeptical, but I mean, you'll go out here and you'll try to flip houses with freaking Pookie and Ray Ray and get ripped off or robbed or whatever. They don't show up, but you won't try to build yourself up to where you can go flip houses with the bank, with your credit union, with Navy Fed or whoever you got, Regions or Bank of America. You won't go try to flip houses with them. Makes absolutely no sense. So with that 10,000, you can give it to the banker and say, hey, I'm trying to figure out what I can do with this money. What can I do with this? How can I grow it? Because I don't want to sit and stagnant. If you're on child support, roll it up, put it in the sock drawer, forget about it, leave it alone, go do it again. Now you got a $10,000 base, you got a $10,000 foundation, emergency fund. $10,000 will last the average American family 90 days, 3 months. Now you got that foundation set to the side, go back to work, do it again. Hopefully that you've already done the process. You're not skipping these little steps. If you are, it is what it is. Reach out to me. But for the masses, hopefully you've already established your income, established some credit. Now you've built yourself up to a $10,000 emergency fund. But the question that everybody has been asking me in the comment section, what would you do with $100,000? What would I do with $100,000? During the process of you developing this money, here's the problem when you get to $100,000, you're scared to let it go. You need to deploy that cash. Look at your dollars as an army of dollar bills, and each one's an individual soldier. Where are you sending this team? Where are you sending this unit or this battalion? You're the commander of this army. Where are you sending it? Back in the day, I used to talk about becoming the CEO of your own life. During the process of you saving up and building up this $100 liquid cash net worth, you should have been doing personal development. You should have been doing research because you were going to have to deploy that money. You guys remember I used to tell you, don't wait and become a millionaire before you are one. Don't wait to have $1 million and then start studying. Do it now. right now. This is right now is when you start to study. This is when you start to educate yourself while you're broke. You start developing the mindset of a millionaire. That way, when you have $1 million, because you will, you know what to do with it. You don't wait until a house fire to learn how to put one out. You get what I'm saying? You practice things like this. You don't wait to you're getting shot at to learn how to reload your weapon. You should be practicing like this. It's no different than anything else. Business is no different than anything else. You need to train your mind. Become a millionaire before you are one. Start studying business, stocks, and real estate. Because when you do become a millionaire, ultimately what you're going to have to do is maintain your money. You may not be working for people anymore, but once you become a millionaire, the job now is to maintain that money and keep growing it and making it into more. And to be honest with you, $1 million ain't even a finish line. All right. I don't even know, man. I hadn't even been up there. I'd say that you need to get up to 100 million. You know, I'd say 10 million. I'd say at 10 million, that's when you can start considering yourself to be rich, like high end rich. And then I'd say once you start getting into the 30s and 50 millions, you maybe up to 100, you start considering yourself to be wealthy or mega wealthy, higher end wealthy. I mean, you know, the game has changed for sure. They keep moving the goalposts. So you got to stop playing by the rules, guys. Rules are just suggestions. Rules are just suggestions. I'm not telling you go out there and break the law, but I'm telling you to stop playing by the rules. Stop listening to what the government tells you to do and do what you know you have to do to get to the next level. And I'm not talking about breaking the law. But if you know there's a job that you're suited for and you feel like they're not going to hire you because it says bachelor's degree and you don't have one, then you need to put down bachelor's of history, bachelor's of English, some bullshit bachelor's degree. They're never most likely going to check unless it's state or federal. You need to put that down because you know that you're equipped for this position. Put it down. I'm not telling you go out here and try to be a doctor or a lawyer, none of that shit, but I'm telling you how to move forward in life. You got to break the algorithm. You got to get through it. There's so many people in high-end positions that, I mean, and let's just keep it real before anybody even says anything, you know, tries to come at me for what I just said. That's immoral and this and that. Printing all our fucking money within a year or whatever is immoral. Taxing the fuck out of us and holding people down. Trading housing on the public stock market is immoral. Having a home should be an all given right, no matter who you are or where you are. Don't talk to me about morals and all that bullshit. All right. So if somebody needs to go out here and say they got a bachelor's of business when they don't to move ahead in their career, by all means, go for it. Go for it. Reach out to me. I'll tell you how to make a resume. Fuck, go for it. Don't sit here and think like, I don't have that, they're not going to hire me. Bullshit. I was a hiring manager. A lot of times they put stuff like that in there because they don't want people applying. They want to slow down the applications. So you need to put it in just to get through the freaking algorithm. Because it instantly right there, like on Indeed and those things like that, if you don't have a bachelor's on your resume, it's not going to put your resume through. It's going to stop it because they're going to look for keywords in there. So somebody else can explain that better. I'm tech-tarded. I don't deal with all that bullshit. I could care less about it. Somebody else could explain that better. But down to the nitty-gritty, what I would do with $100,000 is, like I said, that you should have been studying and educating yourself to deploy this money. What were you going to do with it? Because once you get to $100,000, people don't want to let go of it. You get it, you hold it, and you don't want to let it go because you're afraid you'll never see it again. As long as you're tactical and you make a conscious decision of what to do, as long as you don't go out here and invest in fucking Pookie's Casino or Ray Ray's gas station, as long as you don't go out here and do dumbass shit with your friends on the porch and you make real tactical decisions, then you're not going to lose. With $100,000, man, that you could go buy a couple properties. You could buy a quadplex. You could buy, I mean, there's a lot. $100,000. If I had $100,000 cash, you could go buy you a brand new quadplex. Let's say it's going to cost you, I don't know, 1.2 million. Let's just say that's what it's going to cost. Let's say it's going to cost $1 million even. You go drop that down. That's 10% plus whatever income the property is going to produce. They'll add that into your already yearly income. So you'll probably most likely get approved because the bank's not going to want to let $100,000 walk out the door. You could go buy multiple single family properties. I personally don't want to be a landlord. So honestly, when you're asking me what I would do, I would look for properties and I would flip and I would grow my 100,000 into a 250,000 as fast as possible. I would flip, flip, and flip. That's exactly what I would do. Just being honest. I'd go out here, I'd find distressed properties, crack houses, and I would, $40,000, $50,000 houses. I'd buy the $50,000 house and I'd put another 50 into it and I'd flip it. I mean, obviously you got to do your homework. I know that's fast math. You got to do your homework, but that's what I would do. And, I'm 100,000 all in, 50 on the property. I'm freaking 50 on the flip. Again, fast math. And I'm going to flip that thing for 150, 165 to cover my, expenses, realtor fees and whatnot. And hopefully I'll walk away with another $30,000 to $40,000 off of it after all taxes and expenses are paid. So now I just turn listen, I'd be able to probably sell the house for 220 or so, but I don't want to sell the house at the highest price. I want it gone. I don't want to hold on to it for 6 months. I want it gone in 30 days. I want the home gone. And then I'm off to do it again and again and again. I want to be able to flip 3 or 4 houses a year, making $30,000 to $40,000 a year off these homes. In a perfect world, guys, this is fast math, but I want to be able to flip 3 or 4 homes a year. And right there, man, give me 2 years, we're at $250,000, $300,000 flipping properties. And that's how it's done. And that's where it starts. That's not bullshit. It's not made up. It's true. You got to go out here. You got to work with your realtors. You got to work with the bank. You need to find distressed properties, old crack houses, things like that. And $100,000 you can build. $100,000 you can become a developer. You can go secure a lot of land somewhere that you like in the area you like, $30,000, $40,000 and tell the bank, hey, I got another 50 right here. I own this plot of land. I got 50,000. Would you guys front me the rest so I can start building? You get with a developer or you get with a builder. Look at whatever blueprints he's got and especially try to make it match up to that neighborhood. You don't want a 1,000 square foot home in a neighborhood full of 2,000 square foot or 3,000 square foot homes. You want to match it up, get that builder to match it up to what's going on in the neighborhood. Bam. New development right there. And now you got a house for sale. You got your whatever, roughly $100,000 all in, whatever it is, fast math, but you're all in on it. And then you turn around and who knows, man, that house sells for $350,000. You pay the bank back their money, you pay the builder, you get to walk away. You get your 100 back and probably, I don't even know, man, another 75, another 125 off of it. Somebody go do the math. I know you guys go figure all that shit out for yourself. I don't have any paperwork in front of me, but that's what I would do. Guys, America needs housing. It's been that way for a long time. If you're not interested in flipping and things like that, then start a business. The problem, you have my word that the problem isn't what to do with the money. The problem is you're scared to let it go. That's the problem. It's not like, oh, what should I do? Because you can go $100,000. You can go open up a freaking event center and rent out go-karts and shit. You can do whatever you want to do with $100,000. Seriously. That's a foundational point in the bank. I'm like, okay, this dude did what it took to get to $100,000. Let's go ahead and give him the rest of this money to open up this go-kart track or hot air balloon or whatever the hell you're trying to do. The problem is you. The problem is 1,000% you will not let the money go. That's what it is. So when you ask me what I would do, I'm flipping houses. I'm going to flip houses and do that because I understand it. I don't know what you want to do. Lawn care, welding company, you want to, whatever. But I'll guarantee you the problem is you. You don't want to deploy the cash. You don't want to let it go. That's your answer, man. I may not be the one you want, but whenever you sit down and really think about it, you're going to be like, damn, that dude's right. I worked my ass off. I saved up $100,000, $125,000, and now I won't let it go. I'm scared to let it go. Good luck, man. I hope that helps. I hope that helps each and every one of you guys. Guys, have a great freaking day. All right.